Sometimes things are just that important.
Right. It's actually happening. Welcome to the first Couch of Serenno Podcast. My name is Paragon of Time, but these guys call me Dark. Anyone else?
Alright. Alright, I got this. My name is Grand Moff Christian, but everyone's calling me Chris.
Next.
My name is Ethan, also known as EthanFromManaan, or as they call me, Bazinga.
Because it's your gamer tag.
Yep.
Alright then, for me, this is gonna be hard for people to maybe understand, but it is I am known as Bryce on Twitter, as most of you may know. But then on here it's just Bryce. And yeah. Is that not good enough?
No, that's great. That's awesome. It's not better than mine, I don't guess. So, okay. So for the first episode, what we're doing is really just introducing ourselves. This is a Star Wars podcast where we're just gonna get together, and we want to just talk about probably the future of Star Wars and why we love it. So today we just have questions. I'm gonna start off with a simple question. What is your favorite Star Wars movie? Mine is The Empire Strikes Back, as it is a cult classic.
Yeah.
That is facts.
Anyone else? Yeah, it is
I would
facts.
have to say that is also my favourite.
Yeah?
Yeah. Very good film.
Anyone else?
Alright. Okay, I'll go next with my favorite movie, which is Revenge of the Sith.
Alright.
That's
Alright.
also a W.
You guys already know my favorite film, and I'll keep saying this is my opinion and my take on it, but I feel like it has always been A New Hope. I appreciate, what that film has done for like the genre. I feel like it's like, of course, Empire Strike is like, honestly, it does everything just like a lot better. But it was an introduction to something really great, and so many summer films and so many like things just take away from that film, and I will forever appreciate that for my time watching films.
Yeah, it's a great explanation.
Nice.
That is a good explanation. I mean, for Empire Strikes Back, it's hard to say like a reason that hasn't already been said a million times.
Yeah, because
like as a kid growing, but like growing up, like I didn't really have TV or even internet. So what I did was I watched the OT over and over and over again. I've probably seen Empire Strikes Back over 100 times.
I could also say the same, yeah.
Yeah. I just got wrecked.
Yes, a lot of people like Revenge of the Sith for many reasons as well, but the reason that really sticks out to me is just the way I watch movies. The way, there's very, very few movies I could keep rewatching and still enjoy. I mean, I obviously like a lot of movies, but that's just not how I work. I can't watch the same movie over and over again.
Are you saying you can't do that with any other Star Wars movie?
No, I can't. I mean, again, I'm not saying that I don't like the other Star Wars movies. I love the other Star Wars movies. Yeah, what I'm saying is that there's not few movies. There's only a few movies that I could do that with, and Revenge of the Sith is one of them. And that's why it's one of my favorite movies just of all time. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I could rewatch all of them.
Yeah, I can't. That's just not how I work with movies.
Yeah.
Your fault of mine, but that's just how I work.
To be honest. Oh my god.
I'm dead.
Yeah, like I watched like all the Star Wars films like probably when I was like a few months old, and I was kind of like brainwashed into it. But I'm kind of glad that it happened, even though I didn't have much say in it.
Alright. That's fair. Does anyone else have a question you want to go into?
Um,
Or should I ask mine?
You can ask yours.
Alright. Next question. What is your favorite Star Wars era? Regardless of, like, movie.
I'd have to say it's always, it can't really just be one. I'm always like choosing between either the prequel era or the Old Republic, as they hold a very special place in my heart, you see. So it could just be nostalgia, but I don't really like them, so. Yeah.
Alright, I'll go next. My favorite era kind of goes inside the movies and my favorite Star Wars movie, but I really like the prequel era. There's just so much that goes down in there and so many different stories that are told that it's just...
Yeah, that's one of them.
It's just... It's a lot, so much good stuff happens in there. Between the Clone Wars show, which is just, you know, simply amazing, and the movies, which I really enjoy. All those different stories that are told, the books, shows, comics.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
all
that's
great.
I have to say the same. My favorite movies are, you know, the OT, the original trilogy.
Oh,
My favorite era, my favorite era is definitely the Clone Wars. It's also okay. There's an Anakin in here. My favorite, it's also for the same reason, just the amount of world building that went into the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Not so much the TV show, but like the books. Like my favorite book series is in the Clone Wars, and just the. Okay, we're just gonna murder Anakin. Is he dead?
It's down.
His It's definitely, it has my favorite war stories out of any of it. Obviously, like, there's a lot of good war stuff with the rebels versus the Empire. But there's also just a cool aspect of, like, an entire army bred, you know, clone army, bred of the same person, that are all trying to survive together. Like, it brings for a lot of, like, the clone commandos are probably my favorite aspect about that.
Yeah.
And how they,
they're really cool.
yeah.
For me, personally, I mean, obviously, if you know me, you would know I'm not really the most avid follower compared to you guys in terms of, like, Star Wars. But yeah, no, definitely, yeah, no, I can definitely, you know, say as much as, like, you know, I enjoy aspects of, like, you know, all the trilogies. Yeah, the Clone Wars just definitely just has a lot going for it, and, like, it's just a lot more interesting, easily more compelling than a lot of, you know, the other Star Wars, like, stuff in a lot of ways. And, like, I just still, like, I feel the Clone Wars is, like, being one of my favorite, like, pieces of media to ever I've ever consumed. And, like, just having, I remember, like, of, like, season 5, like, Ahsoka leaving, I just remember when this little kid just being very emotional to that. And that's, like, one of, like, the first pieces of media I've actually, like, cried to, if I really remember. And I still remember that to this day. And just, you know, stuff like that is, like, why I appreciate.
So your favorite era is the Clone Wars too?
Yeah, that's fine. That's why I was
just
getting
talk
at.
about why you appreciate it. Wow, nice.
Yeah, pretty much. Essentially that, both of those things, yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Well, I thought I didn't give a good enough answer now.
Well, I kind of did just ramble on as I was getting shot to death, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah. Alright.
Sorry, I was just getting murdered.
The usual.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Oh damn, that's
What would you say is your favorite Jedi?
Favorite Jedi, huh?
Favorite Jedi. You know,
And I mean, like,
I was
Jedi through and through, not like they, like
Turn to the
been,
dark side or something
like
like
a
that.
Sith at one point, or
not like they've been a Sith or something like that. So it's someone
Yeah.
that was full
like through
time
and
Jedi.
through.
So like,
Yeah.
okay. Have to think about that for a second. You know, I prepared for this. I really did. I looked
Did you?
over most of the questions, and I don't think I have an answer for this. Hold on.
No, it's not a
Favorite
crazy question. But
It's just like, you know, I feel like if I were to say Ahsoka, that's just gonna be like kind of simple, you know. But then again, it's kind of.
No,
So
no,
would
that's
that
fair.
count with what he's
I would
saying? 'Cause
probably-
he's saying
Oh yeah,
that
true.
Luke-
Yeah, that's also very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Does Ahsoka count? That's
Yeah.
your
no.
question.
She's a
so.
sinister.
Does Luke Skywalker count?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Ah,
Well, they could count
probably.
Luke.
this is a really interesting
could
question.
count,
How do we
yeah.
got here?
I would probably say Legends. I would say Luke if we're counting EU Luke.
Yeah.
If not, then probably Obi-Wan.
Yeah. I'm always like torn between Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. It's a pretty hard
Qui-Gon
choice when
is
it
pretty
comes
cool.
to
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Qui-Gon's like the one true Jedi. So.
Yeah, that's why I just really compels me because he doesn't listen to the council or listen to anyone but the Force in the film. That's how it should be.
I agree, actually. Yeah. He's the ideal
Yeah.
Jedi, the only one that could have turned Anakin. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
So Bryce, do you have a question, or do you have an answer other than
I would.
Ahsoka then?
I
guess since it doesn't count.
Yeah, no, I don't really think I even have a solid answer personally. Like, I don't really know fully enough about these people enough that really, that at least, yeah, pass.
If we're not counting Luke, I would say Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
I guess Obi-Wan has been through so much throughout the entire story of the Star
Well,
Wars.
how
but-
do you not like Obi-Wan? That's-
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
true.
like,
There's
they-
no way
they-
you can't like.
Yeah, and like, it's
And he
just
still
like,
holds his like Jedi morals as well. Never
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
cracks.
yeah, no, like, yeah, it's like the
Man, that's ridiculous.
the
man.
Twin Sons
You think about
episode when from Rebels definitely displays that being the case for sure. Like how like he used like Qui-Gon's technique. I mean, we all know this, so I don't need to explain that, but yeah, I do. I can appreciate Obi-Wan's character as well, especially for the media that he's been in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he loses everyone, and he's just still able to even like
Say
give his all
saying,
to Luke as well.
yeah, that's tough.
I did have another question though. We've talked about our favorite eras and our favorite, our favorite eras or favorite movies. Does it still
Yeah.
tie to your favorite trilogy? Like if your favorite movie is Revenge of the
I don't know.
Sith, Chris, do you would your favorite trilogy as a whole still be like the original trilogy?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Although, yeah,
That's-
it's kind of easy to say.
As
Yeah.
like a
Would you say
basic trilogy, then yeah, I'd say the original trilogy.
yeah? What about you, Bryce?
Yeah, no,
Your favorite?
yeah, the original trilogy just does is just like essentially what every Star Wars trilogy should try to strive for, in like so many ways. Yeah, like there's just.
Yeah.
I mean, you can like them, of course, but I just like just from like overarching and from a perspective, outside perspective, you can just look at that trilogy and say, yeah, that's what Star Wars did well. Like, there's no question.
That's fair. Yeah. I agree. All right. What about? I think you should have started with this probably. What's just your favorite Star Wars characters in general?
You know,
Well, how
I'll,
many are we like?
I'll just say
What's
my.
the
Yeah, it's kinda
next now?
I know it's hard. If
Have
you
quite a
can,
few.
like top 3, even top 5.
Oh,
That's all
Jesus
acceptable.
Christ.
Top 3.
Wasn't expecting this.
Top 3, top 5, top 1. Any answer will work here.
I'll just
That's-
say
alright.
top 1.
Top
I'll just
5.
say top 1. And for me,
Alright.
that would just be Anakin. Cause like ever since I was like, even like, a little kid, I even like found like his story even interesting. Like I still find it like really great, especially now that I've like been filled with this Star Wars knowledge and everything like that. It's just I really appreciate that, like the story that George was trying to tell this arc and stuff like that.
No, yeah, I agree. I think that's probably one of the main reasons I like, Star Wars so much is that Anakin Darth Vader would be my favorite too, and it's just the fact that the main character has like such an emotional like pull. Like he has such a great story for the entire galaxy to revolve around. Like the entire saga is around his struggle and character arc. It really is a beautiful story. Like even through his fall and like from how he was just didn't just love too much, didn't know how to like in his anger and his fear like took over and like it ruined him, and then to him finding hope again in his son, which it really is. I mean I don't really see how you could have a different one, to be honest. But here we are.
Alright, so I'll go next. Yes. My favorite character, obviously very different from what you guys said, for very different reasons. My favorite character is Boba Fett. Now,
I wish you could see my face.
He just is. It's gonna be a lot of this from most of my answers. It's very different from you guys, yeah. A lot of stuff that I do and see when I'm a kid really resonates with me when I'm older. And I remember seeing Boba Fett for the first time and thinking he was the coolest thing ever. And obviously, as I was growing up, I decided, I'm going to learn more about this character. Why did I like him so much when I was younger? And I kept looking into him, and I kept seeing everything he did, especially in episode 5, where he doesn't seem like he does much, but he actually does a lot. And the stuff that he does is just so cool. And just ever since then, I started just thinking of just the play, which is probably one of the best plays ever made in any of the Star Wars movies. That's right, I'm calling it plays. When he sees them going to Bespin, and he realizes they're going to Bespin, so he gets there first, and then tells the Empire that that's next level strats right there.
Yeah. That's true. I thought you were gonna go with like the little turn he does whenever he hears Luke unholster his blaster. I thought that's where you were going with that for a minute. But...
Yeah.
It's just like all the stuff.
Oh god, Anakin.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
But.
No, that's fair. That's a fair answer. He's super cool.
That doesn't mean I don't like anyone else. It's just, I love Anakin.
No, for sure. I mean, we're literally talking about how we're having trouble picking a top favorite. Like that's
Thrawn would be up there for me too. Jango Fett. I saw
Thrawn. Thrawn is awesome.
Anakin's very weak. How are you going? Nice.
Yeah.
Alright, Bryce, we just murdered our favorite character.
Oh,
Anyways,
sometimes.
Zingy, you got one? Or you got a list going?
Tough love.
Am I going for a list or am I going for just one? Because
you can go for multiple characters if you want.
You can go too. He named Jango, Boba, Thrawn.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say my favorite character of like just everyone. Just have to be Darth Vader, as he just has really compelling story to me, and like just obviously there'll be some minor spoilers for the book, but I doubt you'd read it. But just the fact that like he led the Jedi to fight in the Mandalorian Wars because no one else would, and because he wanted to save lives, and then by doing so, that led him to the unknown regions, and obviously he found the Emperor, then the Emperor dominated his mind, and then he was at the Emperor's will. Like he can control that all, and then next thing he knows, he wakes up and he's just a random soldier on he's just on a ship. He doesn't know what's happened, and then he has to go on this whole adventure trying to redeem himself for things he didn't even know he did. And then, like 2 or 3 years later, he's still trying to like recover his memories, and the Council still doesn't even like him because they still remember him as Darth Revan. He doesn't even remember himself. They obviously have a grudge. It's another thing to his like actual writing, just the way he even looks as well. It's just always been really cool to me.
Yeah, everything about Revan's definitely cool. That's a pretty good answer. It's the entire era, like it really dominates like the entire era though. Like
Yeah, it does.
I don't think
That's just because
Yeah,
he's such a good
it's-
character.
Yeah. For sure. Alright. Anyone else have
But I
any
think
questions?
in like
Or,
my other favorites would be like obviously Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, Han, Exar-Kun as well. He's really cool.
yeah. It's all pretty good answers. Alright, awesome.
Yeah,
Just
going on
chasing
a
fun.
tangent there.
It's alright. Alright, you have any more questions, Bazinga? Or Bryce?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, no problems.
What would you say is your favorite droid? Or if not, like who are your favorite droids?
My favorite droid? HK-47.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I
Little
need to even
bias.
explain it that much.
I'm a little
But,
biased,
yeah.
and mine is also HK-47.
Dude, no love for T3M4?
I mean,
You guys are cruel.
I
Just 'cause he's an
Proxy,
astromech,
I
huh?
always liked Proxy as a kid. Look,
Yeah.
look, HK, he's in a different league. I hate to say it.
Yes.
He really is.
Yeah, well, just because astromechs don't talk, huh?
Kinda, yeah. Like that's a severe disadvantage.
Well, you know what? That's fair.
That's true.
Yeah.
So they can really have an arc, or
Yeah.
you can't really even understand them. So
I always liked Proxy as a kid too. If I had to pick I'd pick R2 next, obviously, just how
Yeah.
iconic he is. But then I would have to like give a shout out to Proxy just because like as a kid, I don't know, he was always just really cool to me. His concept was cool and unique. Wish we could have seen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we saw a fair bit of it. I guess I shouldn't say. I wish we could have seen.
This
more.
Grievous doesn't count, huh? Yeah, he's a cyborg.
Grievous is
I think he's a
Grievous
cyborg.
now.
Yeah, I'm really. I don't know.
You could talk about like your
Yeah.
favorite type of droid, like a Magna Guard or something.
The IG-100 too. It's good
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah. For
I love the
sure.
assassin droids, like IG-88. They always look so cool.
Yeah. I always
Is that your favorite
They're really
droid?
cool.
My favorite
What
droid
droid
would be
is-
C-3PO, but IG-88 is close.
Yeah. I was
Not enough
curious
love
if
for
you
C3PO.
prefer. I was curious
Oh
if
my
you would
God,
prefer
that's
IG-88 or IG-11.
Yeah, IG-88 for sure.
Yeah. That's respectable. Bryce, do you have a favorite droid?
IG-11 is, I can't remember which one was which. The one who was in Mandalorian, the IG you know is in Mandalorian.
It's IG-11.
Yeah, that's IG-11.
Yeah, IG-11. Because like, not only because like obviously those droids are really cool and like the concept of them is good, but, like the kind of like the role
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
he serves in the Mandalorian story, and like how like towards in spoilers for Mandalorian, I guess. Towards the end, like that's like the droid that he trusts, and like like that's like the role that he serves towards the end there was like really cool, and like it was nice, built up. That was
Yeah,
really-
that was.
yeah. I appreciate
Yeah,
the
that was
story
a
of that
cute-
for that. Yeah,
That was a cool little arc. Yeah.
yeah, I like that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That's like
That's
something
cool.
else. Yeah. And I guess R2D2 because like iconic. He's iconic. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. I
Words.
don't mean
What are
to. I don't mean to out you, Bryce, but
Here we
did you
go.
write down any questions?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I'll be the
So it's
first
just
one to say-
Bazinga and I then.
Yes.
You guys
Okay.
are carrying the team.
Yeah. No. That's what's
yeah,
next,
for
right?
real.
Hey, let's see here.
I do
Bryce,
have
you're
a
responsible.
question. I don't know if the other two have an answer, but I'll ask it anyway. What is your favorite Star Wars novel?
Ooh.
Star Wars novel. I swear.
I guess I'll go first.
It can be like one
my-
canon one and one E.
Yeah. No, my favorite is it's definitely Republic Commando. Probably 000 if I had to pick out of them. It has my favorite, like I was talking about earlier with like why the Clone Wars prequel trilogy was my favorite era. It like purely focuses on that war aspect and like how it's affecting the clones. It's like a more mature version of the Clone Wars TV show. To be honest, like I loved all the characters in it. I'm super sad that that show or that novel series got discontinued, but yeah, that was my favorite. Like for canon, I'd probably have to say, out of the ones I've read, I haven't read that many canon books. It probably would be, it would probably be Dooku Jedi Lost right now. I am.
Yeah, that's a really great book.
I'm super excited to read Dark Disciple though, because I mean we all know the arc, and it's super cool. But yeah, that's my answer. Actually, hold on, I'm gonna go into this more. This is like kind of a tangent here. It actually really upsets me. The Republic Commando novel, it got canceled before Disney took over, actually, and it's actually kind of really scummy what happened. I mean, not scummy, more like lack of communication. The Republic Commando series ended on a cliffhanger. There was only one book needed, but the author wasn't cut in with like the stuff that was happening in the Clone Wars TV show. So like everything that was happening would be like retconned in the same universe. Like no one told, like she was supposed to write a novel on Order 66, and then like later, you know, they released the arcs. They released the Fives arc where he discovers about the inhibitor chip. Like she had no idea about any of that, so she would have had to have like. The author would have had to have just like retconned that, which was a major, you know, key element of the novel and story, or like reboot the entire thing. So she just decided to discontinue it. I mean, I don't blame her, but it sucks.
Yeah, that's
It's not kind of like how like the yeah, so I was gonna say the mall game kind of.
Yeah, because they didn't know if they wouldn't tell him what was happening in the Clone Wars, and they were gonna have him live till after Return of the Jedi. Yeah. Yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Alright.
Anyway, alright. Yep, sorry, I'm done with that now.
I'd say, my favorite canon book anyway is, I mean, obviously it has to be Master of the Apprentice. It's just a really good book. It already expands on the relationship, also shows how difficult it was for like both of them to just even be like obviously Master of the Apprentice, but also introduced me to some really cool characters as well, which I would never have known. I'd say for obviously the EU book would, obviously would be Revan. That's just a really good book. And I know some people don't like what happened to him, but I kind of like the way he sacrificed himself for his family and
maybe you hold on. I don't know if I should keep this in, because like maybe you shouldn't like say why it's your favorite book and then spoil the ending. I'm sure the other people here won't read it. I'm sure the people here won't, but like what if it's somebody that's watching that plans to read it?
You can put timestamps so they could skip ahead.
Yeah, that's a good. I'll do that. It's more work on my part.
It's
sorry.
If they haven't read it, it's kind of on them.
Okay. Alright, I'll go next. I read one book. That's about it. It was bad.
Now I feel less bad about myself for what I'm about to answer.
This
Nice.
reading isn't my thing.
Nice.
No,
I read Lost. It's a really random book too. But I read Lost Stars. I thought it was pretty good. I'm pretty sure I'm still reading the Thrawn novels, the canon trilogy, and I know for a fact that will take it when it comes to favorite books. But it's like I didn't think Lost Stars was that bad. I really enjoyed it. Hold up.
No, I haven't read it.
That's
cool. I mean, I was thinking like maybe something you could think about, since like you haven't read one, and I mean, obviously we've all seen like a bunch of YouTube videos, like maybe just your favorite something you know is from a book, like just your favorite arcs, like Dark Disciple, like, as an answer, since you guys haven't read that much.
Yeah.
So like,
Bryce.
yeah.
When it comes to that, like I looked up a lot of Dooku Jedi Lost. I have the book. I've still been meaning to read. But just the stuff that happens in that book, I'm not gonna say anything, obviously, but it seems really
that was a
cool.
good
And
book.
like when I do eventually start reading, I know for a fact I'm really gonna enjoy the book since Dooku is one of my favorite Star Wars characters as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you're up, Bryce.
All right. Well, this. I'll probably say Dooku Jedi Lost if I actually finished reading the damn book itself. But I only read one, and it was the Star Wars Battlefront 2 novel by Claudia Gray, and the reason why I liked it is because it was made before the game came out itself, and actually really it actually intrigued me about the campaign, made me more excited about the campaign. It's like, oh wow, like these are like really cool characters, and like it's actually really intriguing about like this other fourth member, and like and like what happened to her, and etc. And just like all these like thoughts kind of like expanded with me when coming into the game. Granted, the game didn't really live up to how good the book was, but it's that's really it. Just I think the kind of just what was displayed there was just really well done, and I just that kind of stuck with me from there on. That's really the only book I really have read and I remember. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's I can see why you would why you'd choose that book, like from the time that it was coming out and everything. Like,
Yeah.
I don't say that I would have done that just because.
Yeah. No.
Like if it was something, I don't know. If it like something completely new, I'm interested. I probably would have. I mean, I did. I waited for the campaign to see how interested I was in the overall story of these characters, but. Yeah, I can definitely.
That's why I didn't invest.
Yeah.
Same with like the Fallen Order comics, I didn't get any of them, but I kind of wanna. Like, they're having that book adaptation. Well, it's not really adaptation, but it's like a compilation, and it's coming out like next month. And I'll probably get that.
I didn't even know that was happening.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my god, I'm
I
dead.
guess.
Yeah. Alright, what about your favorite Star Wars game?
All right.
See,
This
me.
is for me. Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
Please, by all means.
Here you go.
All right. For me, it is it's not even out yet, and that is Star Wars Squadrons, and I'll die on that hill for as long as I live. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear that, man.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
I said on Twitter why I'm excited for it. Like it just looks like so, like they're not holding back. They're not trying to make this like an easy to go game. That they're going all in on what they're trying to do. Like like this doesn't seem like it's being traveled with because of the fact it's being a Star Wars. They're just saying, yeah, we're gonna make a Star Wars fighter simulator game, and it's just. It looks like it's living up to that, deal very well, and like with like, how deep the space combat is, the controls.
Yeah,
and
you're
everything.
mainly just excited for the competitiveness, aren't you?
Yes, yeah,
It's probably going to be one of the most competitive Star Wars games.
yeah,
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 it definitely looks that way.
yeah. That's why like I said, I feel like Battlefront is just very cheap in that really falters like the game's like playability for me sometimes. And with this, it just seems like it can be fun to get into, and also it's also be very competitive as well. And I'm all for that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I wouldn't say like I would still wait for it came out before I said that. Like I would
Yeah.
say like my most
ambitious,
sure, but I
Could
don't
be
know.
interesting.
Your opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
What's your favorite Star Wars game, Doc?
I was kind of waiting for you to answer. I'm still trying to decide.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I mean it's no secret that it is KOTOR, as obviously I kind of have a thing for RPGs, and it's always just Star Wars. I mean that's always a bonus. But only introduce like a whole new era for like actual characters that really resonated with me for a very long time, and they still do. Just died. Yeah, I can still replay it now, and I just don't get bored of it. Has some of my favorite Star Wars like content in both of those games. Yeah. It's gotta be KOTOR.
No, that's definitely a good answer. Like, I mean, it introduced an entire new era, so it's
Yeah,
kind
that
of
was
hard.
very hard for me to do.
Like
They
the
don't
only thing
really
that would
want-
make it, I think the only thing that hurts KOTOR in terms of that aspect is just how the gameplay isn't for everyone.
Yeah. It's not for everyone, and it is
Yeah,
dated.
that's true.
Definitely needs a remake.
I would-
I would say
yeah.
it definitely
Recommend
needs
it.
as a remake. It
Oh
definitely
yeah,
needs
for sure.
Because
Yeah.
you can just play it for the story as well. Like that's the main reason you should play it. But obviously, because I've played it so much, I'm kind of used to the combat. I mean, somebody's saying it's good because it's not, but I guess I'm just used to it.
All right.
My favorite
Chris,
game.
you wanna go?
Alright, my favorite game is the original Battlefront 2. And I've went over this many times with you guys on why that game is just so special to me. It introduced Star Wars to me. It's the reason I'm such a big Star Wars fan, because I played that game. Now, I didn't start off Star Wars watching any movies. No, it was playing that game. And just playing it over and over, playing the story and kind of getting the gist of what was happening and sticking with it, and watching that movie obviously made me want to watch the movies. Playing the game made me want to watch the movies, and then the rest is history. Not to mention, it's just a really fun game. You can really just get lost, spending hours of time just making your own playlist. Not even playing online, just playing game, getting lost, in it, having fun. I still play it every now and then now.
Yeah. I have to say, I was contemplating between Battlefront 2004, just from the nostalgia it gives me, and 2005, because 2004 is the one I started with. I have memories of like playing with my uncle. Like, it's definitely the nostalgia factor that would make 2004 so good. I mean, apart from the loading screens and like just the minor details like that. Even in Galactic Conquest, how you straight up have the option, like as the Empire, to use it to blow up any planet, so you don't have to fight on it.
Yeah,
that was a really cool feature.
Yeah, that's awesome. But no, it definitely hasn't aged the same way that Battlefront 2 has. Just the fact that you can also play as the heroes. Battlefront 2, yeah, I'd have to say Battlefront 2005, just because I've played so many. That's probably the game I've played the most of. I remember getting it on PC and like downloading the custom maps and mods and being like in a whole new different world too. Like I played so long, so many hours of that game. Like I would literally get on. I played with my little brother. I played with my uncle. I played with my other uncle. Like I played that game with my entire family. That was probably my first shooter. One of my first PlayStation games. Yeah. Well, Battlefront 2004 was, but.
No, I was
Yeah, that
introduced
was
to that
something.
series in, I'd say, a unique way, because when my dad gave me the first
Galactic
one, he told me-
Conquest?
yeah, like he told me it was like the new game, and I was like, huh, it sounds really cool. And obviously, I mean, there wasn't any internet then, so I was like, huh, this is a really cool game. And then a couple years later, he gives me Battlefront 2, even though he's had it since. He gave me Battlefront 1, but he wanted me to experience both games as if, you know, like how it should have been.
Maybe he just wanted to play the game
even-
himself.
Oh.
Sorry.
No. I would say, I would honestly say, like in terms of like the idea that we've been pitched so many times now, is that probably has one of the best, play as the bad guys, quote unquote, campaigns that we've had so far too. Just the fact that you can go through Order 66 and switch sides from the clones to the Empire. It did a great job
That's
with
not
that. It's
really
more
Yeah.
just
immersive.
that
And all the little
narrating
stuff
as
too that
well.
it had in the
Yeah.
story. Like fighting the clones
Yeah.
on Kamino as the Empire, I always thought that was so cool. Fighting the
Yeah.
droids as the
Yeah.
Empire on Mustafar.
With
So
with
so much
Boba
stuff
Fett
with it.
too. Boba Fett
Yeah.
helping you kill all the other clones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a kind of messed up as well.
All the hunt game modes. Yeah.
Yeah, the hunt game modes are a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah.
I definitely
wow.
spent most of my time in Galactic Conquest, so like, I'd always just start up a new campaign and just try to take over the whole galaxy.
Yeah. Alright, moving away from, unless anyone has anything else to add on to that, moving away from the favorite Star Wars, like moving away from Star Wars, like what's your guys' favorite games just in general?
Just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna
hard.
need a moment for this.
Okay. Because like we are a main Star Wars thing, but I feel like it's important that we also delve into other things. For me, since you guys don't know, I know for sure, my favorite game is Breath of the Wild. It's definitely Zelda Yeah, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Karakov time.
That game. Listen. Well, that's more of an Ocarina of Time reference, but I mean, still Zelda. That game, I remember I got it with my Nintendo Switch. I remember just the setting, just the graphics and the setting that you go in. I remember I got my Nintendo Switch for Christmas to get Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was spending Christmas at my uncle's, and he had a bunch of Nintendo games. So I wanted to try it out. And I put in his cartridge, and like I remember just the intro sequence to that, and it just enveloped me like from the start, like it really did though. Like I don't know, it just took me, like it gave me like vibes I haven't gotten from any other game, and like going out and seeing the graphics like that, like it really felt magical. It really did. It sounds super cheesy, but it really did feel magical. And then just once I knew I had to buy the game, like I bought it days after that. Like I didn't get that far in my uncle's cartridge, so I went out and bought it like as I got home after Christmas for myself. And I remember just that game took control over everything. Like I stopped doing everything. I played that game for days. Like that's what I would do, is I just get on and play it and explore, and it was completely immersive to me. I don't know. I just don't feel like there's anything else like it. Sorry.
That's a good answer. Yeah. Well, I mean, I would play it obviously, but just I don't like the Nintendo Switch controller. And if it was on Xbox, then I would play it.
I mean, here's the thing about the Switch is the thing about most Nintendo consoles is the fact that you could use different controllers for the thing. It's not like how the Wii U was, how you can like set so many different things, but like the Pro Controller is basically an Xbox controller. I mean, I don't like the Pro Controller is practically an Xbox controller.
Yeah,
just the buttons are kind of like jumbled. I mean, that's what I'm using.
Yeah,
I mean, I could use the main. I mean, I'm not gonna enjoy it, but I can use it. But Pro Controller is the way to go. The problem is the Pro Controller is like really expensive for a controller.
It's like $60, right? Or I think
it's like 70, or at least here it is.
70.
75, 80, around there. I guess motion controls and all that stuff costs a lot.
Yeah. Motion controls, yeah.
Fuck.
Oh,
it's had DX. Lovely.
Alright, I'll go next. It's really hard to say one favorite game, so I'm gonna say 4.
Alright.
The original Battlefront 2 is up there. Alright, it's just, I've already went through that and need to go through it again. Modern Warfare 2 is another really big game for me. I love Modern Warfare 2 to death. Just the story mode, the multiplayer, the Spec Ops a lot too. Like, not a lot of people play the Spec Ops, but I love the Spec Ops. And continuing on, Gears of War 3, just another one of those games where I played all aspects of it. Horde mode, Beast mode. The campaign also is magnificent. And then my 4th game will be Doki Doki Literature Club, one of the more recent ones. And I could go on about that game. I'm not, but I could. the game is just truly amazing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And it can be taken in so many different ways.
Yeah, no.
And
I mean, I watched
alright,
the
those are my
playthrough.
picks.
It's a literature.
That's all about Doki Doki Literature. Yeah, Literature Club. I just watched the playthrough. It was pretty cool. Like I can see why you like it. I can't say it interested me enough to play it myself. So.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's an acquired taste, but it's just after playing the game, it's like it really gave me an epiphany. It made me look at a lot of things differently, and when a game does that to you, it's truly something special.
Yeah, I feel like if any piece of media does that, and it's really good and worth it, trust you.
Right. Oh wait, no. Bazinga,
Oh my God.
Bazinga, you go.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really just obviously say one game, but I'll keep it non-stars related as, the answer would be pretty obvious, but, I'd say, like, as a whole series, I'd say probably the Uncharted series is my favourite, as, obviously, I played all of the older ones on PS3, and I did get to play Uncharted 4, but it was only one time Uncharted 4, as I was like at my uncle's. But it's just like, obviously I grew up like watching like Indiana Jones, and it's really felt like a modern day version of that. And I mean, that already just compelled me as it is, and the stories itself, and just the adventures Nathan goes on, just always been really cool and interesting to me.
Alright, fair enough.
Nice. I have 3, and I'll just start from least to greatest. For third, it would be the Lego Batman video game, and the reason why.
Oh, I love Lego Batman.
Yeah, no, that was my first introduction to Batman. I remember, like, I like the reason how I still remember how I found out about that game. Like, I was like over at a friend's house. It's a friend of my mom's, and they had a kid who's like probably maybe like 5 years older than me, and like he was playing on his Wii, and like he showed me the game and stuff like that, and then from there it just intrigued me, even though like I couldn't get past the first level to kick the Clayface or whatever. That was the first level, if I'm correct. And
Yeah, it was.
and then it's just like from there it just really intrigued me, that like what got me into Batman. Like I remember like beating that game over and over again, playing as the villains and all that stuff, and then having the missions and like when you play as a Batwing, stop like the Scarecrow and his plane and stuff like that, and like it introduced me to like Legos, and like it's just a whole new medium of entertainment, like for superheroes and stuff like that. It's just so I really appreciate that game a lot. And then second would go for Red Dead Redemption 2, and probably go higher if I didn't feel like an idiot for just now appreciating that game as much as I do now. Just not going into spoilers too much. Just like it's most definitely a redemption game, and his world is just crafted. That's all I'm just to say. It's just like what? It's just like its world is just crafted really, really well. And it's just like I don't what? Like, please, like what's so funny? Let me. I want to laugh too.
It really is. Red Dead Redemption really is a redemption game.
Like I don't want to like spoil anything. That's the thing. Like, it's like I can like go into like it's great. Like
Anakin and Obi-Wan are over here playing. It's a Clone Wars arc happening right now in the game. Just saying.
Yeah, he's been chasing me for so long. I'm just a regular trooper. B1 battle droid.
Yeah.
Continue, Bryce.
Alright,
Yeah.
sorry.
You're fine. But just like but like it's open world. It's just so good. It's just like man, this is everything I want out of a game, and so much more. And I really do appreciate it, and like what you can do with that game and how you can take it. And then number 1 right now, and I haven't beaten the game, but I can already tell it is like my favorite game. It's Ghost of Tsushima, and like if I really had the chance, I would be playing the game right now. In all fairness, that game is just so
Damn,
good.
he's trying to blow us off, guys.
It's just man, you don't.
I guess so. If you don't want to be a part of the podcast, we can replace you if you really want us to.
No, but
We got at least 5 people lined up. I mean,
and in all seriousness, it's just like the art style. It isn't like it's so good. It's just like such like a great world to explore, and then like it has like these missions. Like it's like Mass Effect with how they like have like certain like whole like storylines and arcs, like like little side missions dedicated to like the characters, like your allies and stuff like that. And it's just so good, and just like the combat is just so nice. It's just it was just a game literally made for me. Like it has like everything I love, like every piece of media and like of gaming and stuff like that. It's just put in one game, and I love it for it so much.
yeah. It definitely looks really good. If Spider-Man wasn't so good, I'd probably play it.
That's good.
Oh yeah,
just while I have a
you
PS4.
wouldn't say Spider-Man?
Spider-Man would probably be 5, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
it's such a great game. Oh god, Anakin. It's so good. It really just reminded me how much of a Spider-Man fan I really am. And I really appreciate that. Like, yes.
Yeah, like, I mean, I only got to play like an hour of it, and like, because I mean, I couldn't play it, I wanted
Oh.
to just walk through.
Yeah,
That
I love
feels like that's
Spider-Man
the
so
only
much. It's
actual,
really
like,
good.
What's the word? Like, it was the first like movie or like game to actually get Spider-Man right, in my opinion. Yeah, it's just a really interesting take on it.
Yeah, no, it was a great game. I literally bought my PS4 at a pawn shop just so I could play that game.
Yeah, that's really fair. I'd buy a PS4 just for
Yeah,
that game.
yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Awesome.
I feel the game like twice. I beat it for like the new Game Plus mode and everything. Yeah, no, that game is just.
Yeah, I gotta get on that.
Yeah, it's so fun.
I never played the DLC though. I never got around to it. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I
guess
that
I-
DLC is
The
The
also
DLC
really good.
is like some like spectacular Spider-Man episodes in a lot of aspects, and I like it. I don't know why.
Yeah, it
That's
does
just
seem
what
like
it-
it. Yeah, it
that's
does
like-
have a lot of the same characters too.
Yeah, that's what it gave me from that.
Oh.
And just another thing take on it.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
I guess I'll ask this question: what would be your ideal Spider-Man game? What the hell? Did you see that, Dark?
Anakin teleports with his.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
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 Anakin
he was
straight
doing.
up
I
teleport.
actually, yeah, I was noticing that a lot. Charge!
But I didn't mean to say Spider-Man game. Your ideal Star Wars game. What's your ideal Star Wars game? That's for playing
What's
the
my
game.
ideal Star Wars? Oh, that's what you're.
Yeah, that's the question I'm gonna ask.
I would probably say. Wait, hold on. Are we talking about like realistic? Like not in terms of like could it happen, but like budget-wise realistic?
No,
Or are we
just-
talking,
just
like-
go
I wouldn't
all
say
in.
so.
Just go all in. Man.
Like unlimited,
yeah,
complete
Power, yeah.
dream.
yeah,
Yeah.
go all in. Man.
All right. Oh, that's really hard because I would
That
probably
is
say
really
like
hard.
I'd probably say like a mix between Skyrim, like
Mhm.
Skyrim mechanics, mixed with Star Wars Galaxies, like a full-on huge MMO
Yeah.
where you could RPG where you can make your own Star Wars story. You could like be a bounty hunter and go find go fight actual other players. Team up with your friends, like, and go on different missions, like raiding like the Jedi, like the Cad Bane arc in season 2. I think that was the first. It was either
Yeah,
at the
hold up,
beginning of season 1 or
nice.
season 2. Yeah. Like doing
Yeah,
like,
that'd be
heists
really
like
sick.
that, like in the Jedi Temple. Yeah, like stuff like that. That'd be awesome. Honestly, I might say one of my favorite Star Wars gaming experiences right now is a mod for Mountain Blade. That's probably because there's some of the RPG elements that are in that.
Yeah.
Like you can go, yeah. But that's
Just
I
like,
could go in
Star
more in
Wars
depth.
RPG, you can't really miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty no-brainer.
Yeah.
I think mine would be like the same. Like, yeah, obviously like open world, MMO, Star Wars Galaxy, Skyrim, mixed with Mountain Blade, kind of. but not gameplay wise. I'd also have like, even though as unlikely as it is, but like say if like I don't know, you're like a admiral, or like you're working in that, you know, like business, they'd implement like RTS elements into it. Yes, I mean,
A dream game, man.
enjoy RTS.
Yeah, no,
like
strategy would definitely have to be involved. Yeah. No, like Star Wars Galaxies. What if you could become like a military tactician?
Or you could literally become like
fleet,
a
and
Twi'lek dancer if you wanted to.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, you can, but I mean like the strategy, like actually like affects it. Like you're going, like you actually
like on the
see
stories
people.
and battles to
Yeah,
actually
like you're actually
matter.
commanding like a fleet, like defending Naboo or something. Like that'd be
Yeah, but it wouldn't
awesome.
be like just given to you. Like you'd have to go like in whatever area it is, like the Imperial Academy or like yeah, like something like that. You have to actually work your way up to be able to command those huge fleets and stuff.
Yeah. That definitely would be cool.
I do have
Chris?
a question.
Oh yeah.
I apologize as I don't know who it's from, as I accidentally cropped that bit out, but you'll know if you're watching. If you guys could bring back a Legends character, who would it be?
Legends character. It would be. I can't. I'm kind of cheating here, but I can't bring the character I would bring back. You would not be able to bring back unless you brought back his entire.
The whole era.
But it would be.
Oh, okay.
No. If I could bring it back, it would be Omega Squad. Yeah, Phi Skirata, and that they'd have to bring like it's like just a cameo like Delta Squad had just to make them canon. I'd be so happy. Ugh, man.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I'd have to think about that as, because I mean, my one, I mean, obviously, if
Yeah,
you bring up the
gee, I
character, it
wonder.
would make sense without the era. So, obviously, it would be Revan, but
Didn't they make him canon?
just to make sense, they made his name
He is
canon, make
technically
his
canon.
backstory or like any of the events canon, but if it was to
Well,
be
they
in
made
line
it-
with like the story, it'd probably be like Kyle Katarn. Yeah, I've always
Yeah.
found him really cool.
Well, with
Basically,
the way
original
that
Finn.
that's true, yeah. But with the way canon actually is, they wait a minute. Did Bryce? They never said their dream Star Wars game.
I honestly wouldn't even. I wasn't. The reason why I didn't even say anything about that.
I feel like you guys had it covered.
Yeah, really. Yeah, for being real.
Yeah,
Like,
my
Ethan
part, I feel
had-
like you guys had it covered.
General.
Pretty much
All
the
right,
same
fair
thing,
enough.
yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
Wait till later.
I completely lost my train of thought.
Wait till later. Okay. Thank you.
Oh no, with the
That's
they
character.
made it. They brought Revan. They did. They he's technically back, and they brought like his entire legend technically back. And does Galaxy of Heroes, does that count? That has to count, right?
Oh, and so
That doesn't count.
Actually,
That's
hold on.
based.
That's-
The stories
Real quick.
are
Yes,
it's
hold
KOTOR.
Yeah, I know, but it's like,
It's
but it
Revan
thinks that
from
it's a
KOTOR.
legend. Like, but from what I remember seeing, like the dialogue, it was saying like, this is what we think. This is what our scholars believe, and then it also showed like this is confusing, and then like it switched to dark side, so like it had like multiple theories out. So like,
I mean, if you could,
What he
it's a really cool way of taking it. I didn't think
Yeah,
about it
yeah.
like that, but
yeah.
who knows? I highly doubt what a mobile game has to say is canon, but
well, I mean, with the way Disney's handling it, there's no telling.
oh man.
Uh,
I mean, it is very profitable, I guess.
yeah.
Who would you bring back, Chris?
That's off the top of my head. I would say Darth Nihilus. I really like Darth Nihilus. He's probably one of my favorite Sith. Darth Nihilus.
Nothing else. I'm good with it.
You know, the man
No.
who eats planets.
Yeah, the game we all need to. I say we all. You need to play.
Yeah. I really do gotta get on that. It's just
And this man really
it's
just ate planets.
yeah, just the concept of him being a part of just a horrific accident and it turning him into, just this faceless being. And as he continues going, he becomes less and less of a man and more entity.
Yeah.
And he just keeps being more powerful. And then obviously Treya takes him under her wing. And then I'm gonna stop talking, 'cause spoilers.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'd be really mad if I got spoiled by you, because
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
I mean,
for
even
you
now
to
it's a
play
bit.
Actually, speaking of spoilers, wasn't one of the questions. Are we done with that question particularly? Actually, before I try to move on from that.
Well, you
Well, I
didn't
mean,
answer it.
Do you not have an
Oh, yeah.
answer?
Yeah, no, I don't. Like, there's no one I really know in the EU. I'd be like, oh yeah, yeah.
Well, there's not anyone that like you think like it might be cool to see them, like a concept maybe.
No,
It doesn't have to be specifically
No.
their story. No.
no. I'm gonna show you right now.
Damn.
All right. Yeah, I guess we're good then.
Alright, next question.
The question that I was thinking of asking, what was our actually I don't remember it from the top of that from my head, but it was the question like rating like like the Star Wars like reveals like Revan's reveal being his his Sith background, and then Luke, I am your father, and then the Rey Palpatine one, and the question was like ranking all those from least to greatest, and I think that would be pretty cool.
Oh,
I'd
that
say
one?
Yeah.
you are, like, I'm your father's definitely
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah, no, I guess like
Yeah, no, I like that question, but I feel like it's super hard to like. It's not a very appropriate question to answer, because the way I see it,
Yeah,
like,
it is.
there's almost no way for it. I don't think it'll be
I
different
feel the
for any of
Revan,
us,
like,
but-
I mean, it's cool, but like, I mean, if
I think
you're
it's
that
cooler than Rey being a
receptive
Palpatine.
and skeptical,
yeah.
you probably could work it out, because there are many hints in the game. And if you did
You mean
pay attention
foreshadowing?
and go back,
No,
yeah,
the main reason,
and there was hints.
honestly, the main reason I wanted to mention that because I just wanted to call Chris out for spoiling it for me, because you guys mentioned that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it gave
Spoiled
you a
the,
unique perspective.
the plot twist is the other
Oh
story.
yeah, I
That's the other thing.
did, man. Yeah, this is for me not even having played the game too.
Yeah.
And what was the last one? Like, the I'm your father, Revan, and what was it?
Rey being Palpatine.
Ray Palpatine.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's definitely us.
yeah, I can't even.
I felt
defend that
nothing
claim.
during that.
Yeah, I think
I
it
mean,
just felt
actually, I
disappointment.
did.
It
I
was
was
more
like,
disappointment. It was
yeah,
disappointment.
it was more just a sigh, like, oh, they actually did this.
You ruined.
Yeah.
It's just.
She could have been, they could have really just, like, revived
Getting
him,
a little
like, having her as her
controversial
own character, and not being part of a powerful bloodline, but
Yeah, a quote unquote
With
power.
the easy
the Force should conceptually the Force should not be trying to go for a specific quote unquote bloodline, and that should be the most powerful one. No, the Force can be strong to anyone that adapts himself to it. I guess if that makes sense.
Dude, screw this game.
I do have another question though. It's from Deepa Balaba, it's my Star Wars mother. His question is,
Oh boy.
where would you think Cal's arc will go in the sequel, excluding death, as that would be an easy option, but by that I'm assuming he means, don't just say, oh, in this sequel I think he'll die, I think he wants more of an explanation.
I mean,
That's kinda
at
hard to
this
say.
point, at this point, I
knows
would
what they're
say
gonna
it'd
go
be.
with,
I'd say it'd be too cheesy to say that he lives. Like with the amount of stuff they're pulling with like Ahsoka and Ezra and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's.
No,
they're-
would
they're-
want
they're-
him to live off
They're
himself,
leading
yeah,
too much
just-
into that same thing. Like, because it feels
Yeah, this
super
person survived.
cheap
this
to say
long.
like, oh yeah, he
Yeah.
went to the unknown regions, just like Ezra, something like that. Like, I think he will die.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how they do
Unfortunately.
it. Like, I think if Vader kills him,
Did
that'd
it in a
actually be
unique
pretty
way.
sick. Oh God.
I think that'd be pretty cool
Tank.
too. Yeah. I
But
feel like
yeah.
we honestly deserve that.
Yeah, because
Just more Vader massacring people. I feel like we
Yeah.
need to see more of that. Like how we almost saw Darth Vader murdering Maul. Like that would have been sick.
That would have
Oh
been
my God.
sick. I mean, the
Yeah.
ending Darth Maul was good too, but man, just seeing
Yeah, no, it makes
Maul
sense.
fight
it was
Vader
a good
would have
ending to
been.
his arc, but
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that would be actually cool. Like, him
I
realizing
think it'd be
that's
cool.
Anakin.
Like
Yeah.
I'd go a different direction with that too. I think it'd be cool seeing something like he loses his ability to use the Force or something, so he has to just abandon.
I mean, I was gonna make a
No,
reference,
being a
but it's a
Jedi.
spoiler in itself. But that wouldn't be the first time it's
Yeah.
happened, and
Yeah,
it'd be
but
pretty cool to have happen again.
yeah, like that's the only other alternative.
I just want,
I see
I just
that-
want it
that-
to be
that I
unique
wouldn't.
from any other story.
Yeah.
The story is still unique, but it's not. It's like still kind of the same, like surviving Jedi Order 66, but it had some unique spins to it.
Yeah.
I want it to be even more unique this time in this direction.
Yeah, because like, if you really look at it from the grand scheme of things, there's like, really nothing that story contributed to really like any
Yeah.
Star Wars narrative.
I mean, it's more
Yeah.
like character development and
Yeah,
actual
yeah.
huge events happening, which I
Right.
do like. Also,
Like
Needs
yeah,
to have
like,
a
their mission was to like originally have find the hologram and get train the new Jedi, and they just like abandon that, and it's like literally he just decides there and then like I'm just gonna destroy it there, and just the game ends and just leave.
yeah, I mean, it was obviously the right decision.
Yeah, it was my decision, which wasn't really.
Just make you feel like I was.
Hold
Just
on,
fun
just
in it.
something I have to say about Fallen Order is that it was a good game. I had a lot of fun playing it, but
Yeah, it was a lot of
man,
fun.
it really killed it that they didn't have New Game Plus or any of that like extra update
Yeah.
whenever it came out. Because like whenever it came out, I was like, oh, but like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, we're gonna lose.
Yeah, I finished.
I didn't even realize.
Just felt
We
like
have to go
but
for
like-
A.
so-
Just the
Oh,
quick
oh.
game time. Quick
I-
game time. We have to go for A.
I wasn't even
I'm on a
thinking
podcast.
about. Yeah. I wasn't even. But by the time that all those updates came out, like I was so out of it. You know what I mean? Like I was like, well, did I
Yeah, that's
really want
fair.
to play through it again? You know?
I
what
really
mean?
did like messing with the battle mode though.
Yeah,
Like
that's-
that was
yeah,
a lot of
that's
fun to
hard.
mess around with.
It's really hard. But,
See, I found out that Terran Malicos is the most powerful boss.
well, extreme
means all the other
invincible Jared to par.
Terran
He doesn't count.
Malika?
That's not a.
I beat
Terran
him. He
Malika.
was the easiest for me to fight. I think.
Eden!
Yeah,
Did you
but
play
he beats
that?
all the other bosses.
Huh.
Like he beats the final boss, the second sister. He beats the ninth sister. Is it the ninth? There's seventh,
Yeah.
one of those.
Second.
The big one.
Second is the.
Oh, the ninth.
No, no,
Ninth
no.
second.
That's the ninth, right? Is it?
Oh.
I always mix this up. Yeah, he beats her. Obviously, he can't beat Inquisitor Cal, but it's Inquisitor Cal.
Yeah, Quizzical was nuts.
But he beats everyone else. So I don't know if it's canon or not, but I feel like it is. Game said so.
The game said so. I don't think that counts. But we'll,
I mean,
we'll
like,
roll
if you
with it.
think about it, Cal did need help to beat Terran Malicos.
I
Obviously,
guess.
it's
I mean,
just
was a
like
Jedi
Marin
Master
comes in.
anyway.
That is a good point. That is a good point.
I think, like, obviously, besides Vader and, Terran Malicos
this
is probably the
game
most
sucks.
powerful character there.
Yeah.
Oh god, I
He was a
have
master,
1v1
you know.
Obi-Wan now.
Or at least tried to learn that system.
How did he?
Oh, he died at a bounce, what an idiot.
Oh, wait, really?
Only Palpatine tried to do that before, so.
Wow.
Alright.
I have another question.
Hold on, what was the question? Because I forgot.
I don't know.
The question was, what do you think would happen to Cal?
Oh,
other
right,
than him
yeah.
die- yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I think the ending was too ridiculous to actually say what would happen. As it was a cliffhanger, but it didn't.
Thematically didn't
wasn't
feel like it
safe.
was strong. Yeah, no.
Cause like,
I think
you were
planning to have
wondering
like a
what
franchise
happened
of this,
next,
so
but
it's
wasn't-
probably gonna be multiple games. chances are Cal's gonna be in all of them. So who knows where they'll go?
Yeah, unless it's just like Jedi and they make different, you know, like protagonists or something like that. I doubt they would do that.
No problem.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like him. I like his character. I think it's all cool, but like just from the outsider things, like Yoda be like, "Oh, the last of the Jedi will you be?" Like, it doesn't feel right for him.
Like they're adding a bunch of just Jedi.
It takes away some of the.
I mean, it's always been like that, though. If you think about it, it's just the fact that they're mostly gone.
I know.
And to be fair, there was like thousands of Jedi in this, like.
I mean, just in the Vader comics alone, he hunts down many Jedi.
Yeah, but by the time he says
obviously
that, though,
more.
it's by episode 6. He says that it's episode 6. But so you're like, oh, by this point, all those Jedi are dead, or they're not Jedi anymore. Like they lost their code.
Right. Yeah, fair enough. We'll see where they go with it. I really like. It just seems fitting into Star Wars. Having a franchise, Fallen Order seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be happy if,
agree.
like, again, like in the second game, he gets hunted down by Vader. I mean, Vader knows how he looks now. How he looks like now, so he probably already knew since Wizards are looking. But like, Vader's seen his face firsthand, and see how Vader is. He's a Jedi.
You know, just to give Vader like another win, because I mean, if he kills this really powerful, like Jedi, I mean, just give another reason as to why, like, Vader's so powerful.
Alright.
Yeah, the next question was, it was favorite and least clone was Ark.
Oh, least favorite. Okay, I'll start with my least favorite. I'll start with my favorite. For me,
it's all gonna be the same.
Yeah, I think maybe we have different explanations. It is most definitely have to be. I don't even remember the sisters arc with Ahsoka, and it's just a terrible. Because I really actually have like a really like problem.
That's actually kind of surprising.
I really have I have like
wasn't expecting it. Wow.
It generally bothers me that is considered quote unquote character development. Even the actress said this arc it will develop Ahsoka's character. But if you just take away that, it doesn't change anything about how I perceive Ahsoka or anything at all, or her role in this universe. I feel like.
You know what? I was just thinking. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just hold that thought. I was just thinking I really don't know if I can say like a least favorite one that I have, just because I like all the ones that I'm happy they all exist. I was thinking that even the Gregor, the droid arc, I'm like, oh, that has Gregor. It's so
Gregor,
good. I'm
yeah.
happy that
I would have chose that one.
But then I completely
Gregor.
forgot about that, and it's like,
yeah,
I would have chosen so many other arcs instead of that. Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
No, it's just
the main point of that arc was just to show that how the people have lost faith in the Jedi and what they were trying to get across. The D-Squad arc didn't do anything. It was OP droids, astro droids. And there's a whole, I'm pretty sure, a whole episode was them just walking around.
Yeah.
And there's random
like
beeps
Lord of the Rings.
Gascon talking.
It's just
when I rewatch it as well, that's the only one I can't finish. It's just really boring to me.
We talked about this the other day. This isn't even Star Wars related, but since you mentioned Lord of the Rings, I just think it's so funny. The entire beginning of Two Towers is just keeps cutting to them running, and then making Gimli quotes. He's having trouble keeping up. They're just running for days, and it just kept cutting back to them. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, sorry. The Starks they still bring something though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do. They all serve their purpose.
Absolutely nothing, but how would the arcs there? That's definitely when he's safe.
No, like there's still more. There's still more. I mean, we're gonna be here for a minute.
Either way, when it comes to least favorite, everyone has a least favorite thing.
Yeah, it just
Yeah, that's true.
its purpose
That's
of being
fair.
there. Oh, I just realized we lost.
Oh damn!
Oh my goodness, we were too busy talking.
This is embarrassing. Cut it out.
Okay.
You just like double like a victory wins on.
We would have won if we were trying.
Yeah.
That's a
Anyways,
great play. Well played.
So your guys' least favorite, you said the droid arcs are both of
The
your
D
least
squad
favorites?
arc, yeah. That's
Yeah.
mine. Anyway.
Yeah, I'd probably say the same.
All right. What about favorites? Or do you want to keep going? Do you just want to completely let off the lid, Bryce?
Okay, thank you. For it's just like
It gives me time to think as well. So that's
yeah.
cool.
Okay, great,
Yeah, I guess.
great. It all works out. So, like, literally for 2 episodes, if I remember correctly, because all those episodes just blend in just in a terrible way for me. It's just literally them going in and out of a cell, escaping. They try to escape like 3 times within those 2 episodes, and this is like one of the things I just have as the season 12 of the 12 episode season of Clone Wars. It's just that nothing, like literally, I felt like everything was built up to the main purpose, the sole purpose of that season was to see the Siege of Mandalore arc, and it's just that arc in particular is just wasting time. Like I literally can just skip that, and I would just enjoy that arc and appreciate everything as it is. I mean, and there's nothing to take away from it really in its entirety. It doesn't serve its purpose well of serving Ahsoka's plot or character, and it just adds just 2 characters I just don't care about in Star Wars, and that's just it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, you see, that's fair, but there are a lot of good moments in that arc. Like, just the one stand out is when they're leaving in the ship, and then, like, spoilers. Doesn't matter. Everyone should watch it. If they don't, it's their fault.
Yeah.
When they're leaving in the ship, and, like, they're getting questioned by the Republic Venator for a ship, right? And Anakin's on that ship, and he senses Ahsoka, and he's just like, oh, you can just let him go. That was a great little moment.
That's
in that
true,
arc.
but that doesn't save the art. That's like
It doesn't.
like
Yeah,
Gregor.
okay, that's fair.
Gregor would save it more than that.
Just written.
Yeah, but at least they had a certain Anakin that arc, just like
Yeah,
Gregor for like half of it.
Yeah.
it was rad at the end as well.
Yeah.
It was actually a really long arc.
It was like at least 4 episodes, I think.
And then, like, at the end of the arc as well, you see the leader of the Pike Syndicate talking to Maul.
Yeah.
And you see
Yeah, that
how
was
Rocky,
cool.
the Pikes, relationship
Yeah, the
becomes
Pikes were
Crimson Dawn.
definitely the highlight of that, like the whole gang aspect. I was
Mhm.
happy.
And even
Yeah,
the
no.
Khan as well.
Yeah, I guess you can. Yeah. That's it. But yeah, that. I'll let you guys talk.
For favorites, though?
No.
Okay. For favorites, though, I would have to say my favorite. It was hard to think about because, like, even back to the early seasons, I really like the early seasons. I don't know why. Like, they
Yeah.
get a lot of
It's so
unnecessary
really
hate. Like the
great.
second battle of Geonosis, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that. The Ryloth arc, I was thinking about that. The entire Cad Bane arc, like where he's first introduced, and is like trying to get the youngling,
Yeah,
the
that's
youngling
cool,
or
yeah.
the holocrons with like the all of that. Like, I don't know, that's all super underrated. But coming
Yeah.
to, like, actually thinking about a decision, I would say my favorite is the box. That's the one I probably go back
Oh
and
yeah,
watch
the
the
box.
most.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, the box was great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like going back, like Boba Fett, Bosk in it, the amount of development you get with Obi-Wan and Cad Bane, like how they actually get like a little, they have like a
Rivalry.
trust or like respect
Yeah.
going on for each other. Yeah, like at the end. Like, oh my gosh, it had everything. That was on Serenno, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was on
Right?
Sereno.
Sereno.
And it also had a
Yeah.
bounty.
That's a dub as is.
I was
Yeah.
really
Bonus.
happy
Yeah, a Selkath bounty hunter. Yeah,
Like, it was really,
really good art.
when I first saw
That arc
it,
had
it
it
just
all.
took me away. As like
Anakin
yeah,
going like
so
Anakin going to
Caffarelli-
the dark side almost, like as
He's really cool.
Obi-Wan being assassinated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Oh
was
my God.
really good.
The Coruscant prison
man.
guard. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I had it out. That was great.
I think my favorite arc to like go back and rewatch is, I mean, it's probably gonna be a surprise to you, but the Citadel arc. As like
Citadel
that
arc.
just feels.
That's not surprising. I think you
No,
mentioned
no,
that
I
last
get,
time.
I get that. I get that. I think it was a little bit too much that they were trying to do. Like there were just
Yeah.
too many characters they were trying to keep up with. Like there's just,
Yeah.
I remember there was just points like where they're running away, where like characters would literally just disappear.
Nah, yeah, I
They
wouldn't say
wouldn't
it's my
be there
favorite,
anymore.
but I do
In
really
between
like
different
watching
scenes.
it. I
Oh,
think my
yeah,
favorite
yeah.
would have to be like the Fives arc, obviously, where
Five.
Five
Yeah,
Tower.
yeah. Your favorite.
yeah,
Yeah.
the stuff is.
Yeah, that is good
I
stuff.
mean, it's such a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
and even saves Captain Max's life as well, so. Yeah.
back what I was thinking of the first thing that came to my mind though, I have to say, Waxer and Boyle, their first arc where they were saving the Twi'leks on Ryloth. Like I mentioned,
Yeah,
Ryloth arc. I think
Yeah.
like that all. That's one of the first things I think of when I think of favorite arcs, just from that episode. That was a good. But I guess overall the arc wouldn't have been my favorite. That's why I didn't choose that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, for me, it's really hard to choose. Like, I was thinking, like, Savage's Search for Mole, because I loved all those episodes, and just all the
That was
episodes of
good.
Savage
Yeah,
on
that
Press
was
I really
good.
like
Death
as well.
Watch too.
Yeah,
Oh my-
yeah, it's all really good. But then I'm just thinking of the box, and like, yeah, that's really good too.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I really sold that, huh?
Yeah, oh my
Yeah.
god, it's so
It's
many good
just
things
really
to
cool
choose from.
concepts. Obi-Wan
Yeah, it
going
really is.
undercover as a
It's
bounty
amazing.
hunter. They're trying to take out.
And then they use
Oh, man.
how they used the Boba Fett concept art.
Yeah, that's
Really,
also
really
really
good.
cool. It'd be cool if they ever use prototype Boba for anything. Yeah, I doubt they will,
That would be
but
cool.
that'd be really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe like before you see him, like in episode like 5, I guess.
What's your favorite?
Yeah,
arc,
just in the white
Bryce?
armor.
Yeah.
No. You know, I just had a really cool idea. It's a Super Legends idea. But like, what if, you know, like trying to completely clone Boba the way that Boba was a clone to Jango, and then.
Yeah.
I don't know. Never mind. Never
Yeah,
mind. I'm just going on.
I mean, it isn't an altered clone.
Yeah. A completely unaltered.
Yeah, and that just
clone is
Boba
what I mean.
destroyed the entire thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be cool. That's just a cool concept. Yeah, Bryce, you have a favorite arc?
I mean, I think I mentioned this earlier, but I really do like the Ahsoka arc. Like it's just so memorable to me. Just like, you know, that being like.
The Ahsoka arc?
Yeah, or
which-
like
You're talking about like throughout the entire show.
No, like when you know, when she like reads each other out of order and stuff like that. I just like
Oh,
like,
yeah.
emotional
And then
toll
Ventress
on
is like
me.
in the streets and stuff too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
really
stuff's
cool.
Yeah, and just yeah, when I was a kid, I just really like that arc, and I just remember just talking with my friends, like saying, "Oh my god, guys, do you guys see that new Clone Wars arc?" That was just like that was just the shit for me, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
very nostalgic.
Fair enough, I guess. It was a good character moment for
Yeah.
like and everything.
Yeah, no.
It's pretty pivotal.
It's kind of
yeah.
important, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
no,
glad.
no,
See,
losing
that's
it.
what I was hoping
I'm
for
fine,
when
I
I
can say.
imagined the sister arc, but like, you know, we already had it.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Oh, how long
I
have I been doing
guess
this?
that's it for that question.
Yeah, that's everyone.
It's been going on for almost an hour and a half.
Damn.
Yeah, I think we should push
Yeah,
this
see what I
to
mean when
hours,
I was talking
maybe.
about questions and how it's probably gonna take a while.
Yeah. Look,
Should we say
like
2
I
hours?
said,
2 hours, yeah. I still have quite a few questions. and
two hours. Yeah,
it's the
2 hours
first
for this. Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. Go ahead. Keep
Right.
asking your questions.
What is the most overrated Star Wars movie and why?
Oh,
That question is just asking.
we're just.
Alright,
This
Oh.
is
People mad.
I'll break
here we go.
up,
You
so
guys
it'll
are
be
gonna
like,
hate me.
you
No,
can
no,
do
no, I'm
a
starting
saga
it off.
one
No,
and
I'm
a
starting.
spin-off.
No. I'm doing it right here. I think the most overrated Star Wars movie is The Last Jedi. I think that the entire reason it's completely overrated too is just because it adds new elements. And I mean, I guess that's cool. I guess that's what I wanted after The Force Awakens. But people confuse like different for just good. Like I wouldn't say like all the stuff that it introduces, I don't think it fits. I don't think it fits at all. Like Luke with like I don't. I think it doesn't fit. Like it does not fit what Star Wars in general. Like I wanted something different. Like especially after The Force Awakens and how it was just a New Hope rehash, basically. I shouldn't say that. It's inspired from what it was inspired, how heavily inspired it was by New Hope. I should phrase. But like I just don't think I think people just. I shouldn't say that I think for them. But like whenever I hear them describing it, it just comes off to me as they're saying they just like it because it's different, and I just don't think different always means good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good way of looking at
overrated
it.
spin-off film.
You mean the two we have?
Yes. I feel like they're kind of like a subcategory.
Oh my god.
So they're completely different.
Overrated? I'd say. Can I say second place? Second place is Rogue One for me.
That's good. Yeah,
I
can
agree.
accept that.
Like,
That's a really overrated.
Yeah, it really is. It's just the ending is very
Like-
weird.
Like the highlight is
Third
definitely the
act
Vader.
is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ending.
But,
like, you know, how the characters die.
If they had that same suspense and intensity for the whole film, it would have been good.
Yeah.
But they didn't, so it's not.
It's just
So,
It's a
Alright.
really slow build up.
I like Rogue One.
character
and not
motivations
enough
are not.
character
I mean, I like
development
it
or-
too, but it's overrated.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not the movie.
So
I
like
go
it.
back
Yeah,
and watch.
I understand people being like, yeah, it's like the best thing ever, but
It's nowhere near as good as.
I still think like of the two spin-off movies we have, it's my favorite.
Interesting.
Probably the only one here
It's
that
not
feels that way.
mine.
Yeah, I
I can't
understand.
say
But,
that, unfortunately.
I respect your opinion.
I
though,
guess that
Odie.
really.
thanks.
But for saga film, for me, like, it'd have to be The Force Awakens. Like, it gets a lot of praise for, like, apparently reintroducing fans to the, to the Star Wars universe. But I mean, I never needed reintroducing because I was still there. So I understand how people say that, and it didn't really have much new. It was, like you said, a New Hope remake.
Yes, yeah.
Also
Some
introduced the idea that Luke was on exile, which also was kind of problematic.
Mhm.
And yeah, like the whole film was trying to find a map to Luke, but he wanted to be left alone, so why was there a map in the first place? And, yeah, like he went to the island to die, but then he left a map so he could go find him. So it sets out kind of all the problems for me. And the only reason I like The Last Jedi is because it handles those problems in the best way that it can.
Alright. This is the meat of this question here, and I'm sure you all know this, but I'm gonna have to say Revenge of the Sith, and I know Chris is probably making a face. He's probably gonna say something in the anti-Bryce League group chat, but I'll try to make my case.
I don't even know who knew of that, but
I'll try.
I don't
to
want to sound harsh, but
I'll try to make my case, and then we can discuss from there. Well, I think on its own, like the opening, is great. Like I even a little kid, I even liked that movie very, very much. But just looking at it from a trilogy as a whole and how it ends, I feel like it doesn't do well. And I do know the fact that George Lucas had this whole 4-hour script or whatever, and I don't know the entire story of that, but I feel like this is one of the things I have the problems with the prequels. It's just Anakin's arc wasn't, I feel defined the best way in the films. I feel like that's what the Clone Wars did a lot well in terms showing his you know, his dark side and like the light side, you know, like how they kind of like coincide with each other in a way. I don't know how else to word it, but like it does that. Like it just does all of that for Anakin. His turn to the dark side is all built up in that one film. I feel like, and if it were built up, you know, better in like all three of the films in a way. Yeah, no, okay, you can disagree, of course. But like that's fine.
Him murdering the Tuscans, like what about that?
Yeah, okay,
like
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
When he did that, he already chose his path, and
he chose his path.
That's when he fell to the dark side.
That's when he fell to the dark side, but then
My opinion.
But then later in episode 3, you see that he's kind of cheerful and he's kind of nice and he goes and helps people and within his ranks.
No, but like that was the act that set him on his path.
That was
he still has, like, because he's concealing the like he doesn't know how to properly deal with it. Like in the end, what makes him turn is his love for his friends. So yeah, of course he's gonna have that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But okay, so how is that?
Like he's not.
Okay, the reason why. Okay, repeat that again, Dark. What do you say?
I'm saying like what ends up turning him to the dark side is his love for people. Like I mean not completely, but like the fact that he cares so much about people, like his friends and Obi-Wan.
Trust.
Yeah, and like so of course he's still gonna have like that witty, happy stuff that you're talking about. Like that's still gonna be there until he does the actual turning, which is
that's just Anakin's personality. He's just a witty, happy person until bad things start happening.
Even as Vader, he's pretty witty.
Be careful not to choke on your aspirations. Yeah, see, that's like a little bit of Anakin that shows.
Yeah. But I do agree, the Clone Wars does obviously enhance that, because it gives more additional context, but I feel the trilogy, as it is, already does a pretty good job. Yeah, the Clone Wars definitely does enhance that.
Oh, we can go on for a while, going back and forth about this, so we should probably just move on.
Yeah, no, I already disagree.
Alright, Chris, what's your favorite overrated movie?
Favorite overrated movie? I don't know.
My favorite overrated
movie. Sorry. What is the movie you think is most overrated?
Alright, yeah, screw it. I'm gonna say I'm probably not gonna go into it much, but I'm gonna say The Last Jedi for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand there are a lot of good moments in the movie, and that's fine with that. It's just seeing all the praise that it gets, like there are definitely
No, you're fine. Dude, this is Star Wars. Like this is Star Wars.
Oh god, okay, I'm good, man.
I mean, Bryce, if it makes you feel any better, Bryce said Revenge of the Sith. There's no way that you're gonna get more hate than anyone else here. I went on a bigger tangent than
there are a lot of little problems with the movie. Obviously, like, especially with just thinking of different characters, Poe, it really trashed on Poe. It made Hux a joke, and the thing that sucks about Hux is that it just stayed that way. He is now just one big joke, and it really sucks because it seemed like he had a lot of potential. Just, you know, the dreadnought in the beginning and the really stupidly designed bombers they used. There's a lot of little things like that that I could say about the movie.
One thing I did like was the design of the Supremacy. That was very cool.
Right. I also like how the Battlefront 2 campaign really tied in with the movie. Yeah. Like, I actually really do like that. Like, say what you want about the campaign, but I do like how they use the game to get you a little bit more information about it.
Like, as in, like a bad story about one character, but it's like it's a decent Star Wars story. Because like it has like kind of like the fan service, like, oh, here's Han, here's Luke, here's Leia.
It's just like tourist Star
It
Wars.
doesn't really focus on the main character.
It's just tourist Star Wars, and that's I mean if that's what you want, it doesn't service what it's set out to do and what it was promoted to do, and that's why I don't like that.
It's just like a theme park
yeah,
campaign.
yeah.
Like everything looks pretty and stuff.
Does that well, sure, but that's not what it promoted it for. It said play as Empire, you know, and you did that.
Same with like TFA though, like they promoted Finn being a Jedi and they never did that.
Yeah.
We need to kind of chill with this like false advertisement. I get it, I'm not trying to spoil it, but I mean that was just kind of unnecessary.
Right. Alright, so are we done with this question?
Yes.
Let's say so, and now let's flip the question, what's the most underrated Star Wars?
Underrated? I'm gonna go
Dark
first
Ego.
again. Solo.
Yeah, I knew
Totally
it.
Solo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's
fucking agree with you.
100% Solo.
Yeah, no,
Solo
you
is
can
a
never tell me
movie.
otherwise.
Solo. Yeah. Solo is my favorite Disney Star Wars movie. It's a fun movie. I don't understand why it's so hated. Like, I mean, like people like saying like politics or things like that, or like not liking L3. Just the way that the movie is, it's a cute, fun movie. Like it's an adventure. It's Star Wars. Like you're not even stuck with the characters that long, just from the way that it is. Like how it's a. I can't think of the terminology right now, but like just how they're running through. You know what I mean? Like it's a full-on adventure. Like you're introduced to a lot of new characters. I like the world building that it does, like Oracing, like even though it's off screen, like how they
it's just like
talk about like what happened to Oracing. I like stuff like that. Yeah, like they call it, like people complain about fan service, but I like that. I like the world building. That's what I feel like the sequel trilogy was lacking. And then like the music was great. Han, I think he nailed Han. I really do. Like the character was there.
Yeah.
Like he got it. Yeah, seeing the streets of Corellia. I love Kira. I wish we could see more of her. It's my favorite Disney Star Wars movie. I hate that I really think that it just tanked because of The Last Jedi. Like it does not.
Yeah.
And it did also come out in the summer as well. It wasn't, it really started. Well, they used to obviously. With Disney, they released it every Christmas.
That's such a good movie. Like if there's one Disney Star Wars movie I'm gonna rewatch, it's Solo.
Yeah, no, that's yeah.
It really is.
See, yeah, I have my own views for that film. I mean, it's not like I don't like the idea. It's just I wouldn't say it's.
I mean, there are cheesy parts. Like there are some parts like I remember cringing in the movie theater whenever I was like trying to speak Wookiee. And I was like, but it was cute.
There's that,
it
and
was
also
a good
like
family.
And I felt like a huge checklist for the con. That's kind of my main gripe. Like con, like see, like here's Chewie. This how I met Chewie.
Oh.
Yeah,
like,
here's Kessel Run.
Oh, the blaster.
Here's this, here's that.
This is how
guess
he shot
that's
first
fair.
there.
That's
Yeah, but
fair.
like no, but
That's my main gripe.
I
Like, it
feel
all just
done.
happens coincidentally all at the same time.
if you're done with that though, Dark, if you're done with your explanation,
I'd
I'll say
say-
into mine.
Yeah, I'm done.
No, but yeah, then back to like you said about Alden's performance as Han Solo. I wouldn't say like his first scene, like you can already tell, like that's Han Solo. Like he can definitely.
He did a great job.
Yeah, he did a great job. Like it was a young Han Solo. It's like like you can see, that's a young Han Solo. Like, he could have did like and try to do a mirage of some sorts of it, but no, he took it and he took what was good about it, added his own twist to it, and I appreciate that. And he did it in a good way that was not disrespectful or that was like wrong or some way or ruined my childhood. It's just like it was great. And of course, like he said, the world building is something that is what makes Star Wars so good. Like the sequels, whatever Canto Bite was, take notes, I guess. And then
One of my favorite things, I'm gonna interrupt here. One of my favorite things about Star Wars is like, is just the idea of like all of these people trying to make their way in this huge universe, and that's what Solo was. Like that.
Yeah.
That's probably the best on-screen version we got of that, and that's what the OT was. It was just this group of people, like of a family. That I mean, it was I guess it's the same way with
In
everything,
aspects.
but it was less. Yeah, but it was less, like this huge, overarching like Jedi.
Yeah.
There was
Sith.
none of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. For
Yeah.
Solo.
It-
Drag
it-
us up to 2.5 hours.
Like it felt like real people. You know what I mean?
Oh shit.
Like, and they're actually in.
This world. Yeah. Like
This universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like,
So
no,
yeah.
there's no
felt
politics.
believable.
It wasn't trying to change my worldview. It was just trying to be a fun Star Wars film, and it did that really well. And like, it has heart and has like the soundtrack, like you said, is just complete underrated, and like the ending with like this James Bond type shit. I'm just like, oh my god, please, just more of that, please, thank
Yeah.
you. It's just
Yeah.
man, I don't watch Solo later.
It really is a shame
it's
that
Yeah.
it ended the way it
I
did.
would have to
I mean, at least
disagree with
there's a
that.
potential we might get some series based off of it.
Yeah,
I don't know, I said this a while
Yeah, I don't
ago.
think
When
it
it comes
could
to
be-
Solo, it's just
about Solo.
What is it?
so,
Really
just continuing the story. I know, but continuing the story per se of
Yeah.
Crimson Dawn, Maul, Kira, and how that ended off.
Yeah.
It's just I remember
Yeah,
just
that's-
thinking like if
that's
they ever did
awesome.
make another one, yeah.
A full
just-
gang war.
Yeah.
it would be cool
Against
if
the
like
Pikes and the Black Sun as well.
it gets to the
Really
because
cool.
obviously you see the difference between what happens in Rebels when you see Maul and then there where he's a part of the Crimson Dawn. Why is he stranded in what was the planet called? Is it Malachor?
Yeah, it's Malachor, yeah.
Yeah, that's Malachor.
Malachor
And
five.
it's just like showing that what happened there. That's probably what the show's gonna get into. But I'm assuming because wasn't it supposed to be like a trilogy of with Solo?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it's
signed
just,
up
it
for
would have been
movies.
into that. Just thinking like, I guess they still might, but it's just a little thing. We talked about this earlier in Rebels when Maul, just the whole concept of Vader fighting Maul. In Rebels, Maul says that he's not strong enough to fight Vader alone. See, like
Yeah.
so I was thinking, like, see, imagine it like in one of the future movies, like it shows Maul fighting Vader. That would have
Yeah.
been really cool to look at.
And they
you
could
ima-
even
yeah,
like
can you
chop
just
off like
You know how?
his
Hold on. You know how his
rope leg.
plan? His plan in
With movie budget
season
too, that would have
7?
been great.
And
Yeah,
his
no.
plan in season 7 of the Clone Wars, like to kill Anakin. Can you
Yeah.
imagine like him coming in, being like, oh, like him still trying to follow through with that plan, and then just being terrified of having to go against Vader and like barely escaping? Oh my god. That would
Yeah,
be
see, that would have
awesome.
been sick. And then like right there, in Rebels, he realized that he's nowhere near as powerful as
Yeah,
Vader.
yeah.
Or even they can still have a good fight because at that point in time, Vader is still learning.
Yeah,
That's
with the
true.
robot.
He's still trying to get
The
used
Maul's like pretty
Yeah.
much in his prime, I'd say.
Man.
But
so many good
yeah,
concepts
back
with
to
that
the original
already.
question, I would definitely say my
Oh.
most underrated film is Attack of the Clones, and it
I would
really
say
does get way too much hate. Like I get some people say like, oh, like the
Yeah.
romance, but I think they forget that a Jedi and a senator aren't even allowed to love in the first place. So, I mean, they're not going to be as as smooth as Lando, are they? I mean, he was also a slave as well. I mean, he's carrying a lot of like emotional baggage, and he's not even allowed to let that out. So he could barely even hug his mother because he wasn't allowed. But I think everything else in the film is great, and I don't understand why that gets any hate.
Oh, come on, Chris. He just died as Darth Maul. Oh,
Yeah, no.
trying to get that. Viking-
That's a really great soundtrack as well.
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah, it
sure.
just
I'd
feels
probably
really
say that's
unique
one of my
to
favorite
me.
soundtracks.
Star Wars film. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but it's a really unique Star Wars film.
Alright, so I'm going to continue with what I was saying. I also agree with Bazinga. Attack of the Clones is, in my opinion, most underrated Star Wars movie. And also, with all the stuff it introduces, the action scenes in Attack of the Clones are also really good. The Battle of Geonosis was great. The fight of the Geonosian Temple was just seeing so many Jedi together and fighting all together, and seeing all the losses they were taking. Like it was a really cool thing to see. And also, it introduces Jango Fett and shows you the origin of Boba.
And also Count Dooku as well.
Yeah, it's the first time it introduced Count Dooku.
And gave
all the
Boba
stuff
a
it does is
backstory
just
as
really
well.
good. Yeah. I love Attack of the
It does all that whilst also like it ties out loose ends like Boba's backstory and
Oh, I forgot. I don't even
all
know
of that, and also progressing the actual story itself, and they do it in a really unique way, I feel. Because some of it feels like a mystery, romance, action film. Because like, there's a whole like Obi-Wan thing, which feels like a mystery film, and then there's obviously Anakin and Padme, and obviously like the huge, like large-scale battles as well. And, it's just really cool.
Yeah. Alright. I feel like we were on that question for a long time. I feel like we all really made our points there. So, you got another question, Bazinga, or?
Yes, I do. I have many more actually. But, what would you say is your favorite Star Wars song? Yeah.
Favorite Star Wars song? Padme's Illuminations is my favorite. I don't know what it is. Just the way that it was used in Revenge of the Sith. Whenever Anakin was turning, like how how eerie it was. I don't know what I just really like it. Even my favorite part of it though. Yeah, and whenever you're going through in the Wii version or PlayStation 2 version, how you're going through the ruins of the Jedi Temple while that's playing, and it's just like memories of what used to be there.
Yeah.
Like how they're. Yeah, it's my favorite.
I think my favorite would have to be Anakin's dream. As like not only is it like there's like so many emotions in it, but like it also has like their little like across the stars like weaved into it at points, and
Across the Stars is my second favorite.
Yeah, I'd say the same. It's just it's a great theme.
Oh my god.
My favorite theme is obviously.
Yeah.
My favorite theme is Battle of Heroes. I love that thing so much.
Yeah.
It's,
The point that you have it as your ringtone.
it's my ringtone. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's just, especially what's happening while that song is playing too. It's just it just all works so well, and just the name of the song itself has a lot of weight to it. The Battle of Heroes.
Yeah.
Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Because
dueling.
they are heroes.
I need that out.
What's yours?
Yeah, no, for sure. I have to say though, the fact that it's your ringtone, it's so nice. Just like in the middle of like an intense match, and then hearing Battle of Heroes in the background.
Oh, gotta go for a minute. Wait, yeah,
yeah, it's great.
Yeah. You got a favorite song, Bryce?
I don't know the name, and I feel you're probably gonna hate me for actually not knowing.
All right,
this.
just sing it real quick, and then we'll see if you know.
No, I'm not gonna sing. I'm not gonna sing. This is the first episode. I'm not comfortable. It's the binary sunset scene where the music where Luke is looking out into the Tatooine.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
They called Binary Sunset.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I just called it binary sunset scene. Yeah, no, that is. I tried to find it on Spotify. It wasn't there, and that really pissed me off. I couldn't find it.
It's called Binary Sunset. I have it.
No, that's unfortunate. But yeah, no, that's just like
Yeah.
that
It's
just
part 1 and 2. Fun fact.
there's just like that just has so much weight to it, and it's like Luke's arc. Oh my god, I just got melted. Yeah, no, I just that music is just like so iconic, and just for like all medias, it's just I'm pretty sure if anyone were to hear that, they're like, oh, that's a music from Star Wars, like like it's like so good.
Well, but you can say that about like all the Star Wars music. It's so notable. Everything John Williams does with Star Wars is just screams Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see
That's
that.
true.
That's
I mean, he would get it. He did.
Like
he
I
has
wouldn't
done.
like classical music if it wasn't John Williams, I'd say. And that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a. I wouldn't say that.
There's a whole genre of music I wouldn't listen to otherwise.
Oh, let's just start playing this map.
All right.
We come
Yeah.
full circle.
Have another question.
Yeah, we are an hour and 50 minutes in, so we might have time for one
Yeah.
or two more quick questions, or like
You're
smaller
not willing
ones. or-
to for 2 hours and
Should
a
we
half?
save it?
Or?
No, just give me a
No,
I
no,
think
no, no,
we should
I-
probably keep it 2 hours.
Yeah.
As long as we
Yeah.
haven't seen enough, we've been talking.
Save some stuff for next
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask some simple questions then, real quick. I'm gonna ask some easier ones.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that.
What is?
You're too crazy.
Yeah. Should we do a part 2? Like not right now, but.
Yeah, maybe
you
we
know
should
what,
just so
we'll
we can
talk-
get through
we'll
all
talk-
the
we'll talk-
questions. Yeah.
We'll talk about this later, and we'll ask the remaining. We'll talk about this later. But what is your? If you had to choose a lightsaber color for yourself, what would you choose?
Well,
Me? No.
okay. Yeah. So
Ah,
I have to blame Jedi Fallen Order
alright.
for this, but I really would not mind yellow. I really like.
Yeah.
I used to be a blue guy, but just like I was playing Jedi Fallen Order again for a second time. It's like, damn, this is the yellow. The color yellow has been slept on. Like, my God, it's such a nice color. Like the
Yeah,
color.
no,
Yeah,
I-
it's just,
Yeah, I
it
use
hasn't been
yellow
slept
in
on by
Fallen
me.
Order.
It's
Yeah.
my favorite color.
Yeah,
And,
no.
outside of
For
Star
me-
Wars, my favorite color.
Yeah,
And-
I would
yeah.
say it's a pretty boring reason. Just red, just because I like red.
That's fair. That's why. That's
There's
why.
no
I
other
asked it.
reason.
I guess
That's,
I'm gonna attack first as
Mine
Star
would be
Wars
like Cyan,
celebration.
like the proper A New Hope, like Anakin / Luke's lightsaber,
That's
like
fair too.
specifically that color. Yeah.
All right.
I do have
That
a
was
question.
quick. All right. Go ahead.
What's your favorite planet?
Favorite planet? Someone else go first.
Okay, well, this is one's a pretty simple one. I think this is I told you this pretty sure, but I think Corbin. Oh, fuck, I can't even pronounce it.
Yeah.
It's like that one. There's probably like a lot better Star Wars planets, just thematically, but that one just is like a planet that really just stuck out to me when playing KOTOR 1, and it was just like, whoa, like this the scope they were trying to go for, with like the background. And
I haven't got
everything.
to that
It's just-
planet yet.
Yeah, no, I'll just say that's all. I'll leave it to it. But from there, but it's just really, really cool. It's just like what it has going for it. Just yeah, I'll leave it at that from there.
Man, fair enough. I really like the aesthetic of Naboo. I'd probably say Naboo. My
Yeah.
favorite. It's just such a nice looking planet. All the houses there look nice. The forests, the swamps, the Gungan City.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a really important planet in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
That's probably my
Like,
favorite.
I know it is filmed in Italy, but it does feel like the Italy of Star Wars.
It really does, yeah. At least the
Yeah, obviously, it's not going to be a huge surprise, but my favorite planet is Manaan. It's just like when I first saw it, like it was just like it felt like Camino, but like somehow completely different, because it was like they tried to go for like a certain like clean look, as if it's like Bespin, but it's like a really like tranquil and like a really peaceful and a really beautiful planet. Yeah, it's really nice to look at.
I would probably say my favorite is. I don't know. That's such a hard question. I have like a lot of
There's
obscure
our
favorites.
question. But you
Yeah,
could say
like,
like a few.
Well, I like Alderaan from the Old Republic games. I like the concept of it. I like the scenery
Yeah.
and everything. Like it has a
Soundtrack
smaller
was
town.
great too.
I don't know if I'd say it was my favorite. I like Nar Shaddaa in terms of like
Yeah,
whenever like it's just really cool. Like it's my favorite place to go through. Like in the Force Unleashed, like it's like a cooler version of like the more thug stuff of Coruscant. You know what I mean? But I'd probably end up saying my. Yeah. I'd probably end up saying my favorite though is Emblem. It's probably my favorite. It's just, it's just it's like a magical kind of thing that you get with that's where the Jedi go to get their lightsaber crystals, and just like the purity is like the white and like I know, ha ha ha. But
my kiss is Emblem. No man, I don't need
like J.J. Abrams really alley-ooped and dunked on Emblem.
He didn't do it though. He's not even the one that had that happen. That was Fallen Order.
Probably doesn't even know what Emblem is, to be fair. Probably shouldn't put the blame on him.
I mean, he did watch Clone Wars with his kids, I'm pretty sure. He said that he did it.
As a director, you should probably watch it more than once.
No, I mean like he watched like the film with his, and like he like hired. Okay, I mean.
Oh yeah, the film.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume as such. I mean, I don't know. I don't know his personal life at all. I'm not gonna assume.
Renvar, I like Renvar a lot too. I wish we got more of Renvar. Like I don't know why it was such a big deal in like Battlefront. But,
yeah,
like,
I don't know why.
Cool. I wish we would have got
they
more.
gave
like
us
a
the whole map of Frozen.
Yeah, of a planet that we don't really know anything about.
Yeah, because you're already on the planet. There's said nothing so.
Yeah.
Chris, the planet.
I already talked about buying that movie,
Alright. One more short one.
Alright, short one.
Favorite.
Is that what?
Favorite species?
Favorite species.
Your favorite species? I'd probably have to say either a Trandoshan. Trandoshans are super cool. Like I love their whole like hunting aspect and like how they have a rivalry with the Wookiees and everything. Like just the entire like they like have a god that they worship like for hunting. But I'd say either them or Chiss. Chiss are pretty cool too.
Yeah, I could say that the Chiss are my favorite.
Yeah. One of those two. Chiss ascendants.
It's really cool concept. Yeah, it's just the concept of just like species out in the distance that are just geniuses. And
yeah.
It'd be a pretty huge problem for anyone they come across. And the fact that they're also like barely unknown too. Not that many people know about the Chiss, other than the people who live like beyond the Outer Rim, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, there's not really another surprise here, but my favorite species is the Selkath, as they just look really unique, and they sound completely different to any other species, and I like the idea of them just being really peaceful people, and they try to avoid any conflict. It's just not in their nature. They just try and stay neutral, and it's pretty cool.
I don't really have one, but I will say that from what you said, Bazinga, actually, I would probably say I like the Selkath, like, mainly because like people who know me, like I try not to get involved with drama too much. Like I'm a very passive person. I just think most of the drama that that can happen in my life is just not even worth being like happening or dealing with at this point in time, or even make a big deal out of it. So I just try to best to avoid it and just live my life. And
I see you more as a Mon Calamari.
Among calamari. That was a crew.
But then they were like beef with like the Koran.
Wait, is that the joke?
I don't know. They had like a full-scale war of the Koran. So.
Yeah, no, I really just don't want to be bothered. I'm a guy who just enjoys my peace. And yeah. Selkath's probably the planet I would go to this time. Or the Manaan, yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, I think we should keep the rest of the questions for next time.
Alright, nice.
Yeah, we should. yeah, if anyone has any more questions they'd like to ask, you can go ahead and leave them. We're excited to answer them. I really, we really are.
Yeah, I like talking about Star Wars. Intel.
It is a good thing to do, huh? Yeah, this has been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is fun. Thanks for
It has
the
been
questions,
fun.
everyone. We gave them.
All right.
Yeah, down.
Until next.
We want to like
I know.
introduce ourselves or whatever.
Alright, hear me out. Alright, we
Oh.
start the video and we all yell at the top of our lungs. Pretty sure that won't be cringy at all.
That's just
I
sounds
like
like
really
a
like
war
your
said,
Sometimes things are just that simple. Cuts.
I don't even know if the questions I have are good enough for the whole thing.
I think they
Bazinga,
have good
I'm
enough
pretty
questions
sure you
that
have
like
the
allow
most
for like
questions.
discussion and stuff like that.
But
That's
you
the
also
thing.
kind of cheated because they're not your questions. But we're good. It's okay.
You asked me to ask people to
Oh my god.
accusations. I did my job and I'm getting wow. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's good, but like let's try not to.
Like
It's
call
salty.
people's out and be like, oh my god, like JJ Abrams
I'm
is an
gonna call-
idiot for blue filter or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, you can call me out. We're friends. Like I can care two shits about what you say at the end of the day. But it's just like
Well, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm gonna drink water so my voice doesn't crack. So.
I have water right next to me too. Just remember to mute your mic while you're drinking water.
all right. Let me actually try to actually work on my voice to make it sound more engaging and sound more interesting, so that I can talk in a
Yeah.
way.
Let me do some vocal exercises.
Yeah, vocal exercises.
Ooh.
Alright. Alright. You saw that? I actually saw that YouTube video myself of someone telling me that zzz every 5
For that
minutes.
exact video.
Probably. It was probably that video. I want you guys to know that I've been recording the past like 12 minutes.
Bryce is about half of the behind the scenes.
And that's like bloopers.
Yeah,
I recorded the part where you're explaining about like how you didn't have any questions.
yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
Wow.